I might as well make a recording for you because you're kind of like stuck in a little fucking rut here. Stuck in your little paranoia fucking, fucking hood. Your fucking life sucks because you fucking suck. So, like, it's a little hard to kind of like, it's not that, look, I can get away from you, but you can't get away from me. You know what I mean? It's kind of that situation here. And, like, I guess it's like I tell people, you gotta go back and do it again. And like, like, so you don't remember who the fuck it was, you don't know who it was, it's just random fucking person, and just like you've been in random fucking people, so many random fucking people, huh? That you can't go back and apologize and tell them like, hey, I should have told you that I got, you know, can't tell them that. But that kind of sucks for you. You fucked yourself, you know? You fucked yourself. Nothing I can do about that. You have to go back and start, like, maybe donating to charity for some women's organization for domestic violence, some charitable organizations for, like, stuff about women because you really hate women. You hate women. You want to wiggle a man's, you know? And that was with only 2 beers, eh? That's just 2 beers in you, man. 2 beers. And you know what? I don't need you fucking helping things. I don't need your fucking voice in things. I don't need your fucking, opinion on how to make stuff. You're not qualified. You never talked to anyone famous. You've never been associated with anyone famous. I have famous people going, I'm scared of that son of a bitch. He can kill me from all the way over there. And I know that's what you're most afraid of, and you want to play it off like you're not afraid, like you're not afraid that people aren't going to retaliate over the things that you've done and stuff. For me, it's almost like, whatever. Like, hey, you know what? When I'm gone, you're gone. But, like, from what I've seen in your future, when you're gone and the next freaking life you have, you really do end up liking and loving children, and you're older. Those children are really young from what I saw in the next life that you have. And on top of that, you have no memory of it, and you're just like, I don't care. I don't care. And we all saw that. Everyone saw that. We all know what it was. We all saw it. Okay? We all saw it. Everyone saw it. Okay? And we all saw that what you talked about, we all heard it and everything, and it's just like, like your whole career, your famous stuff that you're looking for is just dead, man. It's just dead. You gotta figure out something else, man. All this, business that you had with, whatever kind of electronic currency that was ultimately just a bunch of bullshit. And you knew. You started to lose your car, you started to lose this, you started to lose that, and it's just like. And you know what? I did remember asking you, are you sure it's legit? Have you talked to her for real? And you just you shrugged it off because you were just like so enthralled with your ego and pride. And don't worry, this voice recording is paid for. You know, I like I sort of felt pity for you because like it just reminded me of this old man in a wheelchair named Robert Blake, I think was his name. And he's probably dead by now. But he was giving money to this person in Africa, you know, and he kept giving him money, and he was living in a homeless shelter. He was, that type of guy, like, smelled like piss, and, he's in a fucking wheelchair. He's in a fucking wheelchair. He's giving his money to this African girl who, he has never heard her voice, never anything. And I probably should have used that story as an example. But I saw you so enthralled in your ego, so like, full of this, I'm gonna do better, I'm just like, man, I don't know. I'm gonna have to test this one a little bit. But I'm gonna act stupid. So, there I go, cabrón. Cabrón. Ahora sí muy cabrón, ¿verdad? Muy cabrón. Muy cabrón, cabrón, Muy cabrón, cabrón. Ay, cabrón. Eres un pinche cabrón, pero de los más pendejos que ha visto en toda mi puta vida. Me besó un mano, Me besó un mano un indio, Un anciano de los indios, ¡Au! ¿Y te crees tú que un pinche lobo? ¿Un lobo? ¿Te crees? No, cabrón. Eres un cabroncito y te falta ir a México. Vete para allá. That's what you need, man. You need to go to Mexico. You got all that money, you're wasting it on like thousands of dollars. You could waste at least like freaking get a $300 freaking the same size apartment over there in Mexico. Just tell your parents I just need a mailing address. And that's it. You go over there, but you're so scared about they're gonna kill me. Oh, they're gonna do this. Oh, they're gonna do that. And the women are like this, and the women are like that. And you know what? The women and the women and the women and the women is like, just go, man. Just go. A lot of people are gonna be looking at all the stuff that you did in the 5 years that you were here. None of the neighbors here because they're like, I gotta worry about my shit. I gotta fix my shit that I did wrong. That fucker's got a lot of shit he gotta fucking do. He got a lot of work. $300 fucking, apartment. You can buy yourself a puta. She doesn't want to be kissed. They're tested. You put a fucking rubber on, or I don't know, whatever your preference if you like men. Since you can get a woman over there, quote unquote a woman in 40 seconds, like, bro, enough with the fucking lies that you've been telling all of your Twitch streamers that I make $100,000 a year. Like, yeah, okay, bro, you got your benefits because you know what? You said that you sexually assaulted or that you got sexually assaulted and you were both pointing fingers at each other. You know what I know what happened? I think you both got drunk and your brain was going, I really need to get laid. And you know what? That whole 2 beers and telling me that you want to wiggle somebody's, hoo-ha. You know what I mean? That kind of like contradicts the story that you made, It really does. And I don't care what kind of shit you got on me, honestly. I don't. It isn't compared to you what you've done with your brother and what you have on your lips and possibly your genitals. And I don't have anything. I didn't get nothing from being associated with you. And that's why I had a pair of scissors when you started to act like a little bitch. And you know what? I was just like, this fucking nigga. He don't fucking know. You don't know that I could just completely ruin his whole life and leave him just face down on the ground. He doesn't fucking know that. You just have to you think you have the biggest balls in the world. Like, motherfucker, you haven't gone outside, You haven't gone outside. You're losing weight and you're lifting weights like bench pressing so much that you're growing tits. You got bigger tits than I do now. You got bigger tits. Now you got 6 balls. Your balls, tits, and eyes. You can move to Mexico and become a amiguite. Be a woman. Because that's how you are. You look like a woman that hates other women. Just like how Chris Rock said, bitches hate bitches. And look, you ain't got no wife, man. So honestly, Every morning, this routine you do, all this freaking stuff you've done, like getting donations and all that crap, man, that stuff don't mean nothing, man. You're not gaining anything from there. You're not, you're like, you're a quarter of a century years old, right? You're a quarter of a century. I know people who are a quarter of a century years old and they got their own business, they got their own house, they got their own, partner. That partner's got a car, you know? Every once in a while, they get a little scared thinking they're pregnant. Very, very, lucrative. And you're still here next to a transitional housing that's kind of like a mental health facility, You know what I mean? You're next to it, and you're like, I'm gonna stay here and care my parents. You're like, go, freaking live your life like an adult. I was homeless when I was 17 years old, man. In the streets, close to Mexico. Okay, like go do that, man. Like, what are you doing, man? You're gonna keep on making money off of little kids, man? Like, really? Don't you know what those kids know? Wasting your whole freaking life here, man. You could be going to Mexico and you have yourself a nice place and you go out there and then you get yourself a bottle and you know what you can call it, puto, whatever the fuck. I don't give a fuck what the fuck you like. Stay away from the fucking kids. Stay away from fucking Twitch. You're not fucking making shit. You got your fucking goddamn benefits. You could put it as a fucking mailing address. Just say you're freaking homeless and just get your ass over there. Enjoy 3 or 4 months. Just test it out. Don't even talk to anyone. Just walk around, you blend in, moron. But something's stopping you. Your paranoia is stopping you, you know? And it boils down to, you can't let me go. You gotta stay close to me. Because you think I'm some sort of fucking magnet or something? Some sort of weird idol that you're fucking... Like, if that's true, then, I mean, shit, get the hell out of my world. Go to Mexico. Go to that world that I went to. You gotta get the plane ticket to San Diego. From there, you get to the fucking station. You can pay $20 to the guy on the bike. He takes you to the station. You get the station. You go down. You cross freaking Tijuana. Then when you cross Tijuana, you get a cab right there, and you tell the cab, "En la estación de camiones, por favor. Quiero ir a..." Whichever, you can go to Mexicali. You can go to Algodones. You can go to San Luis. Mexicali, Algodones, San Luis. Stay away from Tijuana. Stay away from Rosarito because that's where I was conceived. Stay away from there. That's where my mom and dad fucked and made me. Stay away from there. Okay? Stay the fuck away from there. But you can go to Mexicali. You can go to, Algodones, and you can go to San Luis. Mexicali's got a bunch of brothels over there. They got nice little apartments and stuff and everything. You can set up the internet. You can, do all the wonderful stuff that you do on Twitch and do it over there. No one's going to stop you. They're going to leave you alone. Okay? They love that fucking miserable shit that you do to people here. They love it. Okay? They'll just look at you and be like, nice, huh? It's hot, then it's cold, and it's hot, and it's really cold, and it's really hot, and it's really cold. It doesn't rain a lot here. There's a lot of desert. You can go out there in the middle of the fucking desert and cars are cheap, women are cheap, food is cheap, houses are cheap, water's cheap, electricity's cheap. You gotta pay your bill, electricity bill. You go to the OXXO, you gotta pay your phone bill, pay it right there. Like, you gotta pay your internet bill, right there too. Algodones has got one strip club, and it's really nice. It's 3 stories. Really nice strip club. Boop, 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 boop. 3 stories. No putas. Gotta go to San Luis for that. San Luis is the next town over. And guess what's under San Luis? Yuma. Take the 410 to fucking Yuma. Over there, you can take the women over there, and the women will be like, hell, hey, what's up? Red Lobster. Take me to Red Lobster, and we'll do whatever you. Oh, wait. Can't kiss you. Gotta put a cover on that. That's probably why you should just go to Mexico and not tell them that. Because, the putas, you can't kiss the putas. You're not allowed to kiss the putas. Anyway. Can't kiss them anywhere. And I don't give a goddamn what fucking curse you fucking try to do every time I think bad about you. Like, honestly, man, you just create minor inconveniences. I mean, like, and you know what I've done to my family and all this shit? Like, you know what I've already done to you in your fucking car and your fucking, the person you thought that was real, you're turning your money to, the fucking, all the money that you gave, and then, like, all your family looking at you like you're a fucking idiot, and your grandpa going, here's some candy. Hurry up. Fix your life, man. Do it over there. Let your parents be happy that, they don't have to fucking help you anymore. Just like how when I saw my mom and she was like, wow, you got yourself a house and a front yard and a backyard and a bathroom and a living room and a kitchen and another room yeah, I did. By myself. Less than a week. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. With just $1,000. Anything is possible if you believe in God and Jesus is your only king, man. What else should I say? Any of the neighbors want anything? You've lost control, I guess, somebody said. And the only way to repair it, little by little, would be right there. Mexico. De modo. Sometimes you gotta do that. You can save money. Save money. You don't need to know any secrets, that I know. It doesn't really matter. You gotta sum up some courage because you know what? You had courage to want to try and fight me even though you knew. Could have just left you there and you're just like, now you don't go out of your house. So, like, there's your attention. I just gave you 20 minutes of how to change your life. And you know what? We don't have to talk anymore. Spiritually or, physically or anything. Hell, avoid me as much as possible. Okay? I'm sure your parents will appreciate this. And go ahead and tell your brother, like, hey, you know what? Maybe you should go to Mexico too. Work in the fucking fields. Piece of shit.